but it is needed. I would have never, ever, ever in a billion years believed that I will be doing a breakdown of timeouts. Timeouts. We talking about timeouts now. Crazy. And I know I'm doing this during NFL, but hey, it is what it is. When God brings it on my heart, I broadcast. So this is crazy, man. It is on everybody. It's on everybody. And it is early in the season, but it's not week one. These things shouldn't be happening. But what happens is, in my opinion, is playbook is not having continuity with players, new players coming in, not knowing the system, and it's Bush trying to be perfect. All that wrapped into one looks like a shit show. You just got too many variables that are not known variables that's forming this shit show. So, right here. Now, I don't know what the operation is prior to fourth down. I don't know if Bush asked Stoops, hey, do I have 2 downs in this situation? Or Stoops tells him he has 2 downs in this situation? Or it's after the result of the play. So this is the first inexcusable timeout, which I know affected the in the game, in the half operation, which would have ended in points. I wouldn't say points, which would have ended in a possibility of points because we would have been able to kick a field goal of 50-ish yards and giving our place kicker a chance to put points on the board. So here's the first one. I can't believe I'm doing this. All right. So I think this Dowdell rushes out of bounds on third down. I think it's a swing pass or something. We get it to 2 yards from a first down. So this is, pay attention to the play clock. It's 36 seconds left. Number 36 seconds left. So that means 4 seconds from when they wound the clock, which is immediate in football now. So they wound the clock almost immediately after Dowdell went out of bounds. So in 4 seconds, really in less than 4 seconds, because Zach is still on the field, not confused if he should come off the field or stay on the field. He is right now walking towards the line of scrimmage, which means to me, it was communicated to the OC that we are going for this. This is not late in the clock. This is immediate. So 35 seconds. We know we are going to go for it. This is the problem right here. So it's 25 seconds. That's 10 seconds later. It's 24. It's 23. It's 20. I want you to look at that. That moment right there is when Calzada got the play or got the progress of getting communication for the play. That's too late. That's 14 seconds after giving the okay that we're going to go for it. That's too late. Other thing. So now it's too late already. We're in 20 seconds. You got to roll. So in my opinion, right now, you don't change personnel. It's too late. You got to find the play that you can call with the personnel that's already on the damn field. Okay, so that's one. So now it's 20 seconds. He's just getting the play to the players. They just got the formation in the play, which is twofold. That's on the players on the sideline, the coaches on the sideline. Because when Bush gives the formation and personnel to Calzada, everybody who has a headphone on the sideline should have it. So it shouldn't take this player right here communicating that, hey, this is not my personnel group. You're asking to come in the game. So now that's on the sideline too. Because let me go back. Once Calzada heard it right here, personnel grouping, The sideline got the same call. They should have been coming in the game right now. Huge problem. So there's somebody, and I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes there's players on the sideline not being next to the coach. So now we're at 10 seconds and no one knows the call. Right there, y'all? Now, it is on Coach Stoops because he is the head coach. But that's not Stoops' problem. Stoops gave him the okay that we're going for fourth down with between 35 and 40 seconds left. That's more than enough time to get a play call with personnel in and snap the down ball. Okay? It's more than enough time. So here is the thing. This is what play calling is the undervalued, underappreciated aspect of play calling is the ability to make a play call with the personnel that's already on the field. So when you want to go tempo on offense, you can't change personnel because once you change with the new rules, the official is going to go over the ball and hold you before taking a snap. So as a play caller, and I'm telling you, it's so since I have time, so I don't have the cut up time limit. I want you to understand this. It's not only personnel, it's also position on the field. Because in college football and high school football, you have hashes. So as a play caller, you have to identify the personnel already have in the game and what hash the ball is on. And make a call immediately. Immediately. You got to have that. You have to be so good that you know the personnel on the field. You know how you want to attack them. And you got to attack them in the particular personnel that you have on the field, which might not be the perfect personnel. But there's no such thing as a perfect play. In the game of football, there's no such thing as a perfect play. Call the down play and let the guys on the field fucking be a part of converting that down play. So this is on a lot of people. It's on Bush first because he took so too fucking long, and it's on the sideline for not being prepared when they know the guy likes to change personnel of getting your ass ready to get in the fucking game. All right, so that's timeout number one. Okay, so this is timeout number two. And these are both in the first quarter. All right, I want y'all to understand how quick this damn thing happens. All right, this play is over. Clock started already. Look, it's at 38 now. They didn't wait. Clock is started. We have to know right now what personnel, what the next call is. You as a OC, which is the hardest thing to do, is you can't even watch and see the finish of the next play. You got to be looking on to the next play before the ball is snapped. You got to kind of have in your mind, what if we don't get a yard? What if we get a big, whatever it is, you got to have an idea of what you're going to call. So now here's the problem. We already in a bind, y'all. We already in a bind right now. Let me see if I can go back. So now we get to the line of scrimmage, y'all. We get to the line of scrimmage, out of the huddle, with about, let's say, 17 seconds, which is more than enough time, right? We're at the line of scrimmage, more than enough time. Now we're at 11 seconds. Now this is a problem. Running back doesn't know where he's supposed to be. Quarterback has to direct him to get into pistol. That's a problem. Next problem is we are trying to change the play with 8 seconds because we see what they come in on defense. Bullshit. You cannot have a perfect play. The art of play calling is anticipating what the defense is going to run. You have no fucking idea what they're going to call. If their DC, I won't say luck up, but if he makes a call or creates a situation where it's not, they make an alignment in the front that's not conducive to you being successful in this play, you cannot change it though. You got to let the players decide the outcome. What if their player fucks up and goes in the wrong gap? We don't know. You cannot decide with 8 seconds on the clock, check, check, check. We have an advantage if you run this play. It's too late. It's too fucking late. You cannot go check, check with less than, I'm going to say, honestly, you can't go check, check with less than 15 seconds left. Especially if you like to shift in motion. It's in fucking possible. This one right here is on Bush for trying to be fucking perfect. It ain't gonna happen. You can't have the quarterback looking to the sideline with 8 seconds left. Oh, now, what do y'all want to run? It can't happen. So now, that's 2 fucking timeouts that we just wasted. And it's worse. It's so bad. That situation, it can't happen. So now we get into the situation again. Is this the last timeout? This is after kickoff return. 8:24. We at the line of scrimmage, y'all. It's not that we didn't get the call in. With 25 seconds left, we're at the line of scrimmage. This is Calzada trying to make a thought process of where we're going. Let's see what the defense is going to look. What's their set? All right. So now someone sent this to me. Someone said he looks pissed off at the coaches. Okay. Honestly, he's not pissed off at the coaches in this situation. He's pissed off at his new tight end that doesn't know where to fuck the lineup. This is not on the coach. Watch. He's not looking at coach. He's looking like, what the fuck? Why are you over here? See how he's going to him? He's going to, I think this is Boyer. He's going to Boyer and said, this is not how we set up this play because we have motion. We're going to shift a lot. All right. So Boyer doesn't know. He goes to where he's supposed to end up after the motion is shifting. So watch. So now this one is on the player because the play is in. So now they're trying to tell him, no, you look, he's like, where he's supposed to line up there. Now watch this. Now watch what Cat is. Oh, Will Rock. No, you ain't supposed. See that? So now they're supposed to shift. Now he's supposed to go to where he started. See, now he's look, he's like, what the fuck? Where am I supposed to go now? Will Rock had to push him back to where he started. See where he's saying? So that one, this one is on a player not knowing where he's supposed to start in a formation, in a personnel, because he's supposed to start as a H-back here probably. And when Will Rod comes over, then he bumps out to a wide receiver. But I don't know how the play call is made, but he thought that he's supposed to start there. Now here's the funny part. Is the worst part about this is this. This is why it's on the players. Calzada got the play in, and they're at the line of scrimmage probably about right now. Okay? Now here's the bad part about it. As a guy who played quarterback, you are supposed to know, oh, I just realized that this thing is taping from, hey y'all, if the audio's bad, I apologize. Because it's not, I don't have it through my mic, it's through my laptop. All right, so here's the bad part about it. As a quarterback, you should know what everybody has, where everybody's responsibilities are, and where everybody's supposed to line up. So it starts with Zach about right here because Boyer is not in the right spot anyway. So now, what I know what happened is that Bush in the press box told him, hey, Boyer's not in the right spot. And that's when Calzada goes, what the fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. It's not. Thanks, McDouble with pickles. I appreciate that. I hope that's McDouble with pickles with no onion. Yes, that right there shows when, honestly, when people are gonna laugh when continuity is an issue, because you got new players who just came in, you got new quarterback who's going through new operations, who's going through a new playbook, who's going through new verbiage, and that's on everybody. And when there are a lot of shifts, emotions, you have to pay attention, because I don't know what the tags are in the play calling, but if you hear your tag but you hear it out of order, you're gonna be in a bind. Because in essence, Boyer knew where he was supposed to be, but that's not how you get to that spot. He missed the early tag to shift to where he knew he was supposed to be. There's so many layers to this, and there's so many issues with this, and this is why I like Eddie Gran. I'm going to go on a rant now, then we'll get off here. I was on Sunday Morning Sports Talk this morning, an hour or so ago. I was on the post-game show with Larry Glover yesterday afternoon, early evening, yesterday. The firing of Eddie Gran was a short-sighted firing. And the reason why I have a good feeling, I don't know for sure, y'all. Everything, the majority of things that I talk about is from me seeing things and reading between the lines, because I'm not in Lexington. Mark Stoops didn't want to fire Eddie Gran, and Eddie Gran didn't want to go. And the reason why I feel strongly about that is because why would Eddie Gran fucking come back to the coach that fucking fired him for really no reason? I want you to think about that. This guy came back to the coach that fired him almost immediately. So he understood the thought process of letting him go, or being fired. Here's the reason why Eddie Gran shouldn't have been fired. There are certain coaches that can coach talent. There are certain coaches that have schemes that create matchup problems with opponents because they have more talent than opponents. All right. And that's a skill set too. But there is a skill set also. George O'Leary is one of the coaches that do this well. Is that how can you win games and make things simple enough where your players can play at their best and play fast, but the opponents can be confused? There's also a valid point of this is no matter what you run and no matter what the defense calls, if your players run the play to perfection, it's hard to stop. I don't care whom you are. That's why triple option football in back in the day was hard to stop. Didn't matter how much talent you had on the field. It's hard to stop. Now, there was eventually a point where when the defense plays perfect responsibility and they are better than you, talent-wise, that they can't stop you, but they can control you a little bit better. So here's the thing with Eddie Grant. If Eddie Grant stays, we don't win 10 games in 2021. We don't. But we win 8 games. We win 8 games. We don't get Will Levis and we don't get Wan'Dale Robinson. But the foundation and continuity and the ability of Eddie Grant to be successful with middle-of-the-road SEC talent is the most underrated thing that happened in the Stoops era, getting us to 10 wins in 2018. Fans don't like the offensive stats and scheme. Oh, why are we running Wildcat? Why are we doing this? Why? It doesn't fucking matter if we winning games. If Eddie Grant was still the offensive coordinator, we wouldn't have gone through all this bullshit with all these OCs. We wouldn't have hit the ceiling of 10 games in 2021, but our floor would have been consistent. I guarantee you that. The floor would have been consistent. I don't think we win 4 games last year if Eddie Grant is still the OC. Now, the problem is fans couldn't stomach the way we played football at the end of Eddie Grant. Because the thing about Eddie Grant, I want y'all to understand this. So all this talk about Shannon Dawson, how he's doing in Miami, dude, y'all stop that. I'm going to do another one later. Shannon Dawson did not go from Kentucky to University of Miami. Shannon Dawson went from Kentucky to Southern Miss. He went somewhere else, then to Miami. His success happened in Miami because he just happened because the year before, I want y'all to understand, the year before at Miami, people wanted Shannon Dawson gone. But you know what Shannon Dawson was fortunate to grab hold to? There's a guy named Cam Ward, number 1 draft pick in NFL draft, with a group of receivers and talented perimeter players that allowed him to run the scheme that he wanted to run. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, some of the stuff that's said. But if Eddie Grant was still the OC, Eddie Grant is one of the few OCs that can run multiple schemes. He runs the scheme that best fits the talent that he has at his disposal. And that is a quality that is needed at Kentucky because we are not going to always get the best talent. If you're at Tennessee, if you're at LSU, if you're at Georgia, if you're at Alabama, you know you're going to consistently get top talent. If you're at Ohio State, you know you're going to get consistently top talent. If you're at Oregon, you know you're going to consistently get top talent. At Kentucky, we have no idea who's going to want to come to Kentucky at any given time. So therefore, you need a guy who's able to be flexible and match his scheme and the plays that he calls for the talent level and the football IQ of the players on the team. I'm going to end it with this. It is etched in stone that 2019, Eddie Grant should have been OC of the year. 2019, he started with Terry Wilson. And it's even more than 2018. It is Stephen Jones, 2016, 2017. But I'm going to go back to this one because this is the last one. This is the most recent one that people should remember. 2019, Terry Wilson comes back. He's the starter. Slated for to me, I think he would have had a great year. 2019, he gets hurt. He goes to Sawyer Smith. So that's one offense with Terry Wilson. Sawyer Smith cannot do what Terry Wilson can do. His talent level, his toolbox isn't the same toolbox as Terry Wilson. So we tweak it for Sawyer Smith. Sawyer Smith get hurt and tries to be a Steven Johnson, and we're like, nah, it just ain't gonna work. So that's two offenses. So then we bring in Lynn Bowden as a third offense. And when Lynn Bowden came, we knew, my nephew knew I didn't have a nephew at that time. It was 2019. My future nephew wasn't even born yet. Everybody in America knew what was going to happen. Kentucky's going to run the ball. But somehow, with a simplified offense, concepts, scheme, we found a way to be successful with that quarterback in a limited playbook. You know why? Because every player, regardless of how the defense lined up, knew what their job and responsibility was. It's really that simple. That playbook was about as small as you can get on this level. But at the end of the day, though, all the players knew how to adjust and what their responsibilities were, because you didn't have a lot to study. All right, that's my brand of the day. I'm almost at 30 minutes. 1-1, y'all. I'm upset. I was upset after week 1. I was upset after week 2 after the game. You have to understand it's 1-1. Let's see what happens the next 2 games. If we finish these first 4 games and we're 3-1, that's what I thought we was going to be. Seems like Coach Stoops and Bush had us halftime talk about. If that's the case, Stephen C., I don't think I'm going to say this. If they simplified things, they didn't simplify things enough. What they might have simplified was getting a play in quicker and maybe not changing personnel maybe as much. I don't know. I'm still looking over the first half. But if they simplifying to me is way more than if they talked about simplifying the second half. The simplifying means you reduce the play call sheet. Only run the plays that these players are able to run successful. So I don't know. I'm sure they had that talk, because like these timeouts were a byproduct of trying to do too much with pre-snap adjustments, motions, shifts, etc. Players not knowing where they're supposed to be and trying to make the perfect call after he sees how the defense lines up. So exactly. See, I get you, Stephen. So that's what they're simplifying. That is on so many entities in this game, especially now with the headset. The quarterback gets the call, because back in the day the coach on the sideline had to get the call, who then had to relay to the player. So now the player doesn't know the substitution. Only the guys on the sideline knows. Nowadays, everybody knows. So that is a failure on all parts. The one play where Bush tried to change the play to the line of scrimmage with 8 seconds left, that's solely on him. The first timeout is on him and other people, is what he said in the press conference. We'll see. McDouble with pickles, no onion. I agree with you. I said this not long time ago, but earlier in the season, before the season started, is that the SEC, this is not the best of the SEC as far as knowing who's going to be good, because everybody's got new quarterbacks. Some people have new OCs, some people have new coaches. Like, this is a cluster with a clusterfuck. It's my broadcast. I can curse. It's a clusterfuck as far as knowing whom is going to be good. You know, you got new quarterbacks, new coaches, new players. The portal is live as ever. So It's going to be interesting. We shall see. So I'm going to get off here, do my cut-ups real soon, and watch some good NFL football. So thanks to y'all who watched this for 30 minutes before NFL games, because I know the Bengals are playing. So thank you for joining. If you joined late, I hope you watch the rebroadcast or watch it at your own disposal. So I'll see y'all tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard